So if you have, let's join us and let's get started in finding our powerhouse through movement, connecting with the breath. So I want you to sit on your ball, and you might take your hands behind the neck, elbows are slightly forward, and you will pull the ribs in on your next exhale. You will roll the ball forward, find this little C-curve spine, and then on an inhale, grow back tall. And again, exhale. We lift the pubis bone up to the navel, and then we lengthening the spine through an inhale breath. And we do this 5 more times. Exhale, we round. Yes, it's very wobbly. And then inhale, we lift. And again, we round, we breathe into it, and we find this nice little curve, and then we roll back into a long neutral spine. And again, feet are hip distance, the chest tries to stay open, and then lift and grow tall one more time. And again, roll into C curve with an exhale out of the mouth, and then inhale, lift tall. And while it's so beautiful, we have to do it one more time. It feels really good in my lower back, this opening, giving space, and then lift back up. And from here, just keep the arms east and west. We come to a nice side bend. So we will lean to the side while the hips stay forward, and then come back to center. And now it looks like a little smidge, like this is nothing, but it's hard to keep the centering here while we side bending on one side. And again, we do this 3 more times. We will side bend, keeping the powerhouse really active, so ribs to the hips, belly into the spine. Inhale, breathe, center, and exhale, breathe to the side. Yes. And then again, we do this 1 more time each side. We just opening to the side, make sure that your arms are like wings of a plane, so no arm is higher and lower. And again, we do this for the opposite side. Yes, side bend. Beautiful. Breathe into it. From here, 1 more time, hands behind the neck, and just try to lift one leg off the ground. And also here, it might seem a little easy, but actually it's not easy. You have to balance through your center this uneven load, right? And I really have to concentrate myself. It's not easy to talk actually and to do a precise Pilates exercise. We inhale, center, and we exhale, engage, lift the leg up. Legs are hip distance. Do this 3 more times here. Good. And you try to bring the knees even higher up, maybe to the chin and chest. Lift, lift, lift. Feel the nice crunch. And then 1 more time we go. Lift, concentration here, and using the breath. Good. Nice. From here, grow 1 more time tall. Open the legs in a second position. And you will lift up and find a little stretch forward for your lengthening. Make sure the arms are shoulder wide. Good. From here, we roll up our spine. We stay in front of our ball, and we will find a nice little side bend and opening. So we will take one hand to the ball. We will move the ball to the side while we are twisting. Make sure your hips try to stay even. So push your opposite hip more up. And then we inhale, come back to center. And then again, the other side, we twist, leave the hips even. So if you're twisting to the right, the left hip takes more awareness. Feel this nice opening in the shoulder girdle, open up. Beautiful, even a little bit more. Come to center 1 more time each side, open up. And last very one, go for that. Beautifully. And come to center. Good. We will get a little bit into lunge work. And from here, first come down with your knees. We want to go 1 more for stretch. So we will open up that arm, stretch forward, find this nice twist in the spine, and then you come back. And again, we go forward, find that stretch, open up, and then come back. Center. We do this 1 more time. We want to warm up our spine at the beginning. Be gentle. Good. We change the knee, and then opposite side. We move forward. We want to open. We want to stretch even more. And then come back to center. Good. Last two. Exhale. Inhale, grow tall. And again, we move forward. Exhale. And then we grow back tall. Good. So from here, we will tuck the back toe under. We will get a little bit into our lunge. We're taking the ball on the outside of our front leg. So make sure knee over ankle, back leg is really activated. And then we breathe. We go for lengthening. And then we slowly lift back up. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, bring the ball forward. And then lift back up, grow tall. And again, we lean forward. Find that uplifting out of that hip socket. And then we go forward, we lean. We're not moving the front leg to another ankle. We will stay always in that 90 degree. And we lean. And the purpose of the exercise is centering through core activation, through breath, and working on that quad and gluteus. And don't lift the shoulder, the arm out of your shoulder. So when you move that arm forward, your shoulder is not elevating to the ears. And last, very two, we go. And then lift, grow tall. Keep the hips parallel to the floor. And then we go forward one more time. From here, very gentle, take the ball to center. You will now lift the ball up and then come to that 90-90 lunge. And then you lean forward. Ball is on the line of the crown of your head. Shoulders stay low, lower. And then we go forward, reach. And then we take that 90-90 inhale, open the chest, keep the ribs still into the hips. And we go for the last three. And lift. We go for two more. The glute is now really working. I can feel it already. And last, very one. Lower. You will stay here. Rest maybe the back foot. From here we will side bend over to that side where the leg is forward. Come to that center. Keep the ball really high. Shoulders are low. We go 5 more times. Side bend in a frontal plane of motion. We rotate in a transverse plane of motion our spine and come back up. And we go exhaling and inhale, grow tall. And we go for the last very three. We circle. And we are not dropping that head. And we go for last very two. Transverse. And keep the hip still, front leg really still, and we circle. Nice work. So from here, slowly bring that back knee to the back. We go a little bit into a nice side stretch. We come to the other side. Squeeze your glutes, lift the pubis more higher, and then we will hinge back. Hold. And we lift, grow tall, hips over knees. Squeeze your glutes, pubis lift up, hinge back, thigh stretch. And you grow tall. And we do this for 5. Squeeze with your rotator cuffs that ball even more. And we lift. And we hinge. And we grow. Lengthening. Always back to start position. And then we hinge. Don't sink into it. Collarbones are still wide. Hinge. We stay here, just lifting the ball for 5. And find the breath. Lengthening. Squeeze the glutes, find the work in the thighs. Good. And last, very 2. Good work. Lift up. Find a nice stretch. And lengthening in the spine. From here, we will step forward with our right foot. Bring the ball on the outside, tuck the back toe under. Start position, opposite side, your lunge. We will lean and we will lift. Grow tall. Exhale. Hips stay parallel, shoulders low. And we lean forward. Find the length. No elevation, no upper trap. And then we lean. And we grow. Strong back leg. Tuck the tailbone even more. Connecting through the ribs. The movement is under the ribs. Nowhere else. And then we go. It's our center. We want to keep all movements first from our inner unit. Lift, grow, reach forward. And then we go for the last very 3. And we reach. And we go. Now the quad and the glute starts to work and to get a little warmer. And we go. Lean. And lift. Inhale. Each movement has 1 breath. And we grow. And then we go forward, hold. Bring that ball. Hold it. And then we go 90-90. And we lean. And we go 90-90. And we lean. And we grow. And we lean. And keep that controlling through your breath. And we go for the last 2. And 1. We lower down. Rest that back leg. We go to that side bend. Now over the opposite side. Frontal plane. And then circle. Find that transverse plane of motion. Inhale. Side bending. Hips stay even. Leg forward in line of your hip. Find that circle. And again, side bend. Breathe into that side. Circle. And we lift. And side bend. Just for the last 2 we go. And rotate. Keep the arms really long. Squeeze to the ball. And circle. Good. One more time. Breathe in the side, frontal plane of motion. Stay frontal. And then transverse. Exhale. Good job. From here, knees under the hip. We go one more time into thigh stretch for rotation. Oblique work. Hinge back. Squeeze the glutes. Pubis lift up. We will twist to the side. And back center. Grow tall. We twist to the opposite side while we stay in that hinge back. And we grow tall. And continue the work. Hinge back. Rotation over the rib cage. And we twist. And we grow. And one more time each side. And we twist. And rotate, exhaling. And come back to center. Find a nice stretch. Find the length. And then over cross your back legs. And then we are getting into a little core work here. Good. From here, bring your legs in flexion and then slowly, vertebra by vertebra, you will roll down to the mat. Very slowly sliding the ball, maybe over the sides while you roll low. Good. From here, right leg lifts to tabletop, left leg, and then we straighten the legs 90 degrees. We're keeping the hands on that line of the shoulder, and then we lift head, neck, and shoulders on an exhale. Now, we want to open left leg and left arm, and we squeeze the ball with the right leg and the right forearm. Good. Continue this work. Squeezing, lifting the ribs more to the hip. We continue the work for the last 5. And we go. Inhale, lift. Exhale, we lower. Good. 1 breath. Exhale, lower. Find a neutral lower spine. And bring that leg back to the ball. Maybe a little kick for the last 2. And 1. Good. We find the change. Opposite arm to leg. Keep arm and leg always in line. Lift that chest higher. Last 5. And we go. Exhale. Inhale. Find this neutral spine. Bring the belly more in. Good. Find the work. Chest lifts even higher. And from here, last very 1. Good work. Rest the head. And then from here, find the ball in between your ankles. Good. From here, come to a chest lift on an exhale and just doing a little ab curl. Can you squeeze the ball with your adductors a little more? So ab curling here, last very 5. Feel those ribs more into those hips. Neutral spine. Yes, the goal is just to leave the lower part of the scapulars on the mat. All the rest of them is uplifting. Find the length. Good. And hold. Now from here, we want to take that ball to the hand, lower those legs in a hollow shape style, and then lift back up, squeezing the ball. Good. We lower. And we lift. Doing this for 5 more times here. Good work. And lower. It's a little bit like a double leg stretch actually. Lower. And find yourself here really concentrated. Maybe you don't lower that ball that much for your lower spine. Last very 2 already. Good work. And last very 1. Good job. So from here, just keeping those ball in a 90-degree ankle tabletop leg. Hold the ball there, hands behind the neck. Good. You roll down and finding those arms east and west a little bit. Now you want to come to a nice hip twist. You want to bring the ball to one side and then lift back up. And again, we want to twist. Bring the ball to one side, connecting the shoulder blades down to the mat. Find more roundness in the lumbar spine when you do so. Round your lower spine. That's actually really the challenge here. Rounding. Exhaling, we hip twist. Squeeze the ball. Last very 4 each side. Round. Feel your obliques. So when you twist to the right, you want to keep that left rib to the right hip. The distance would be closer. Good. Nearly there. Round the lower spine. Remind yourself. Lift the pubis up. Good. And we go for 1 more each side. Exhale. Lift. Opposite side. Beautiful. Good work. From here, we find the ball a little bit higher on those knees. Lift up. Chest lift. Hands behind the neck. Elbows slightly open. And you want to now squeeze the ball for your adductors. Find the work here minimum of 10 times. Count for yourself in silent while you breathe in an equal pace. In through the nose, out of the mouth. Good. Nearly there. Last 5, 4. The energy is to the toes. The toes are not dangling. You lift even higher. And then from here, slowly release. Roll the spine back down. And then bring those knees together. Good. From here, we find ourselves a little bit uplifted. Bring yourself in a long line of a spine. And then when you take an exhale, you will roll up your spine, open the feet, mat wide, and come to a nice spine stretch forward. Yes, press the heels to the mat, find the roundness in the spine. Grab the ball 1 more time, legs come together, and we are curling down very slowly, counting maybe on 3 or 4. While we roll down, find the lengthening. Inhale, lift. And then exhaling, lift the ball, head, neck, and shoulders. Imprint that lower spine and curl back up. Open the feet mat wide. Now we hold the ball. We are not resting. Pull the belly in. Find that elongation. And then curl back up. Legs together. And slowly on 4, we curl down. 3 more. Last 2. 2.5. And 1. Elongate. Exhale. Lift the ball, head, neck, and shoulders, and curl back up. Find one more time your spine. Stretch forward. Stretch. Arms are next to your ear loops. Open the lower spine. That's what we are looking for here. Good. From here, over across your legs. We are getting a little bit into a nice forearm plank. Find your forearms here. And then from here, step one foot to the back and then the opposite foot. Stay here. Just find that open chest. Good. Stay here for 5 breathings. Pull the belly more in. Squeeze the glutes. Stay open in your chest. Last very 4. 3 more. Lift out of those shoulders. Yes. Elbows more under the shoulders. Challenge yourself. And we go for 2 more. And we go for 1. Knees come back down. Find a little small resting pose. From here, roll back up. Nice work. Okay. From there, we will turn around. We're going a little bit into more prown work. So I want you to bring the shin bones to that ball, actually. And the knees are exactly in front. From here, you will lift up into your plank. From here, take the knees in like a jackrabbit and push it back. And we go in and we push it back. Inhale. Exhale, rounding the lower spine. Push it back. Nearly there. Last 3. And for 2. And we go for 1 more. Slowly bring the knees back down. Good. Find a little stretch. Lean a little bit to the back. Find a nice opening in your iliopsoas. Good. And then from here, just changing that leg. Opposite side, find a nice stretch. Lean into it. Open it a little bit more. Sink a little bit deeper, maybe curling with the hands forward. Both sides are not the same, maybe in your body. And then slowly bring it back. Good work. We are getting to side series. And then from here, we keep now our forearm on that ball. So the elbow is under the shoulder. And then from here, keep your hand behind the neck. So we are getting into a nice single leg lift and lower. Maybe that foot is pointed into that front corner of your mat. Good. I know the ball is unstable. That's also the purpose. Maybe you have done my last video with the magic circle. Unstable surface is ideally for Pilates. Okay, from here we hold. And then we bend that knee into the elbow, straighten it and lower. Keep those ribs also in. Straighten on hip high, lower. Lift, bring it in. Straighten and lower. Lift. Exhale and we lower. Keep the hips really forward. Good. And from here, last one, lift and hold. Nice work. Good. Maybe you find a little stretch in that leg. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And then slowly release. Come to the opposite side. Good. From here, bring that leg out. Hand behind the neck. First, we start with that little leg lift and lower. Beautiful. Yes. Ribs stay into the hips. Good. Yes. Continue that work before we come to that bended knee, elbow crunch. Last very 3 here. 2 more. And 1. Knee to elbow. Push the leg on hip high lower. And again, knee in and lower. We continue the work. Nearly there. Lift, exhale. Try to bring that knee more to that elbow, right? We want to work in that QL, in that side muscles, obliques. Good. Last very one. Here we go. Lift and crunch. Good job. From here, lifting and find a nice stretch in that leg. And then slowly release. That's all from me today. I hope you enjoy it. All the best, Sandra from Leo Yoga Love.